it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Good morning, Canucks fans. Welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary live in the AM. That's Clay M. Canucks Commentary, Clay in the morning. Presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am your host, Clay, emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks Take, all in one take for Sunday morning, January the 4th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Good morning, everyone. Very easy to remember now. 11 in the morning, 11 at night. 11 seems to be the number of choice. And the Canucks, new year, same results. Another home ice loss, another 1 point in the bag. This time a 3-2 loss to the big, bad, ugly Boston Bruins. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Stevenson and Richmond, in the city, lower mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. Work, school, or shopping, or all three. This thing's really bothering me. But the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, know how much I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you get involved today. Subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified on my videos every single morning or every single day. You can like the video, like the fact that the Canucks, entertaining game. They were actually the better team last night. I was there. I got to see Rosie at the intermission. Nice to always see you, Rosie, and Sarah and Abby, among others. Met some pretty cool people in the team store. Met Kyle. Saw Cody, saw Lucas, so saw a lot of people last night, which was nice. Yeah, and I like the fact that we're continuing to build a wonderful community here on YouTube. There you go, Rosie, right on cue. Nice to see you too. You want Bruce's entrance video? Yeah, he doesn't work for us anymore though. He doesn't coach the team. You can leave a donation, get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message, and if listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. All right, let's get right into it. Last night I was there with my lovely wife Gail. Also Sean and Cheska bought student rush tickets, got in for cheap, even cheaper than my tickets, which is crazy. And overall, decent. The crowd was a lot more engaged last night than they were against Seattle 2 nights ago. Same result though, although we were 18 seconds away from seeing the Kevin Lankinen masterclass in shootout, but we didn't get there. We did not get there. And the fact, even though Rosie hasn't seen a shootout game in person since April 2023, we were so close. We were so close. So let's get to the goal, the Clay Edge Goal Visualizer commentary, the Sedge VC, and we can talk about what happened. Look at the goals from last night's game. Power play, Boston. They work it around. There's Minton. That's Steve. No, that's Lindholm. No, that's Steve. Sorry, Lindholm's up there. Let's try that again. That was brutal. Let's try that again. You can tell I don't do these beforehand. Okay, that's Lindholm. That's Minton. Gives it to Steves. And then Minton finds this kind of soft spot right in the bumper that the Canucks can never seem to find. Just good positioning because I guess O'Connor kind of has to respect Lindholm here. We got DPD trying to cover it, but then DP decides, I better go get him. And that gives Minton all he needs. One-timer. It's a snapshot. So it was like, it wasn't a pure one-timer, but it was quick off his stick, and he beats Lankin in 1-0 with 3.5 minutes remaining. Then in the second period, the first, Philip Hronek playing awesome. So this one, it's not a Canucks power play, but so there's Linus Karlsson, all the way up to Hronek. And Hronek, I don't know if he's looking for a slap pass, a shot, deflection, if he's trying to get to Karlsson. Regardless, it goes off of PD. No kicking motion, but PD, he knows what he's doing around the net, so he deflects it with his leg, with his foot, with his skate technically. It was skater's ankle. Regardless, it goes off PD's lower body and past Olympian Jeremy Swayman. 1-1. Then, ex-Canuck, Elias Lindholm, he scores on the power play. So this one, Pasternak's a joy to watch in person, by the way. McAvoy, back to Pasternak. And then Myers is high here. Maybe he doesn't want to get burned by the bumper play. So Pasternak kind of just walks in. Myers slow to react. And then a smart play, especially against the Canucks, is just to put it to the front of the net. And couldn't tell if it went off Marcus Pettersson or Lindholm, but they give it to Lindholm. So deflection past Lankinen. Very similar to the goal that beat Demko yesterday. So now it's 2-1 for the Boston Bruins. What period is this? Second period, right? Yeah. Lots of goals in the second. And then Philip Hronek gets his own goal here. This one's nice, though. A second deflection. So scramble draw, Bouillon over to Hronek, who activates. Then he puts it towards the front of the net, and it goes off Charlie McAvoy with his big cage and all from that broken jaw. So once again, Hronek, this one, he gets credit for it as opposed to the PD one. But he's the one who's trying to center it, and it goes. That's a really good play, right? There's so many different bodies and legs and in front of the nets, and then you don't ever know what kind of deflection or double deflection there's going to be. So you can see 2 of the 4 goals were indeed get it to the front of the net and see what happens. Then Minton, hometown boy, plays hero. Like I said, 18 and a half seconds left. I can't remember if Verlander, Sherwood, and Besser were on for long. I think they were, because I remember leaning over to Sean and saying, "Hey, look, it's all right-handed gang." So I don't like Sherwood's play here. So everyone's manned up. Besser's got Pasternak. Verlander's got Lowry. Is that how you say his name? Like Lowrider. And then Sherwood loses a battle to Minton. Fine. Minton gets the puck to Pasternak. Besser is getting there, but then I don't know why Sherwood doesn't stick with him. He can see that Verlander's tied up. He can see that that's obviously not his guy, but he kind of lets Minton go. Pasternak does a shot. Lankinen makes a save, and you can probably tell what's going to happen here. Well, if you've seen the game, you know what's going to happen. Minton scores the second of the game, and Sherwood is too late to get to him. And that is the final score. 3-2 for Boston. Again, 19 seconds away from getting to the shootout, where I would have loved our chances, considering we beat Boston in the shootout just on December 20th in Boston. So shots, we dominated the shots 33-21, and it shows in the advanced stats too. Face-offs, not great. We lost 1/3 of them. We only won 1/3 of them. Power play, good for Boston. That means bad for Canucks penalty kill. We scored 1 on power play. We had 6 chances, so we can't complain about the refereeing. We had a lot more hits. They had more block shots. And we beat them. Like I said, on December 20th, they beat us. So we split the season series with them. Split it perfectly. Look at the box score. And we're looking at the Canucks forwards first. And no forwards with multiple points. Only 2 forwards with points. PD with his goal. Carlson with his assist. No one more than a plus or minus 1. Ice time, 21 for Besser. Remember this, bolstered by overtime. 21 for Sherwood. PD has 19.5. DeBrus is 19.10. Kane only has 14. Bench for the second half of the third period. And then shots on goal, 7 for DeBrusque. He continues his motivated play after his benching. 4 for PD. 3 each for Besser, Carlson, and Ratu. In terms of blocks, Ogren had 2. And then in terms of hits, Ogren had 4. But Kiefer Sherwood has 9. And I was thinking about this. Does that mean that Kiefer Sherwood never has the puck because he gets so many hits? Like, I'm not downplaying how well he hits, but does that mean that he's chasing the puck rather than possessing it a lot? Because you don't hitting people when you have the puck. Regardless, still nice to see. And then on D, Hronek, what can you say about this guy? He was playing well even before Hughes got traded. He was probably arguably playing better than Hughes this season. Hronek, a goal and assist, 2 points plus 1, 30 minutes of ice time. 1 shot, 1 block, 1 hit. So he's got numbers in every single stat category, which is good. Zebullion gets an assist as well. Only played 17 minutes, so Hronek plays 30. And then next up, pretty evenly split between, Marcus Pettersson and Tom Verlander. Then you got Myers, 4th in ice time. Then Bouillon, and then DPD. DPD did have 4 hits in only 10 minutes of ice time. You see 2 shots each for Myers and Verlander, and then 2 block shots for Verlander as well. So Verlander had a strong game, even though he didn't factor in scoring, but he did anchor power play 1. Lankinen makes 18 saves on 21 shots, but I don't think you can blame him on any of the 3 that beat him. Minton's was clean, but from right in front of him, second one deflection, third one rebound. So overall, certainly not going to pin this one on Lankinen. You look at the scores, if you're still chasing the playoffs, yesterday. Only 4 games. No, what am I talking about? There were 13 games yesterday, but only a few Pacific Division teams in action. Edmonton lost to Philly. San Jose lost to Tampa. There's a lot of fighting in that game. Winnipeg 9 straight now. That's brutal. And then the Kings win. They beat Quinn Hughes and the Wild, but the Flames lose. So, and then we lost as well. So of the Pacific Division, only 1 winner, 3 teams lost, and then there's us. Then you look at the standings. Man, imagine if we had 2 extra points. We'd have 39 points. Imagine if we won our weekend games instead of losing them. We'd be at 39 points, and we'd only be 4 points out of a playoff spot. But alas, we are 6 points out. You guys know my 6-point benchmark, so still have a chance. Not a great chance, but I saw this stat yesterday, which is pretty crazy. Look at the Pacific Division goal differential. No one has a positive goal differential in Pacific. -4, -1, -7, -12, -4, -19. We're -26. How is that even possible? But we are. Is that the worst in the entire league? Let's see. Goal differential. Oh, no. We're second worst. St. Louis, -39. What? And that goalie is going to be our projected starter for Olympics. Okay, we'll get to that in another video. So that's where the Canucks are in terms of the standings. Nice to see everyone. Justin, saw the Backstreet Boys last night. It was amazing. Such a throwback. Can you play Hronek's post-game media? I won't play it, Swervin Yrvin, but yeah, he's very short. I don't know if they'll be trotting him out again. Like, he's been the best Canucks player this season, but you don't really see him in front of the media for reasons. We remember the stare down with J-Pat a couple seasons ago. And even last night, very, very short answers. Michael, nice to see you. In life, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. I'll let you decide which one sure it is. I'm going hammer. Direct tunnel indoors and path from Martel to the Sphere. Yes, that's true. You can get there completely inside. Hey, Garrett, nice to see you. I see Fangirl. I see Dino. I see Ryan. Nice to see you. Terpete and Rosie, among others. Nice to see all of you for sure. All right, I'll do 5 minutes of what I like, what I didn't like, one other thing, what I heard, and then we'll get to all of you. What I liked. Well, I definitely like Philip Hronek's game. He's been our best player. Like I said, he's probably our best defenseman, even while Quinn Hughes was here. So I definitely liked Philip Hronek's game last night. I like the fact that the Canucks, the Pettersson, Carlson, DeBrus line, I saw a couple stats about that. They completely dominated. They did not allow an even strength shot against while they're on the ice. So that's pretty good. Didn't result in a lot of goals, but really, really good effort by that first line. Like the fact we scored 1 power play goal. Like the fact that we dominated the game metrics-wise. Liked Philip Hronek's game, like I said. And Petey, he had his goal. I know it went off of him. So, but I'm not sure you guys noticed. He tried a couple moves that I haven't seen him do in a long time, if ever. Some toe drag, some just shifts in his hips, creative ways to keep the puck. Still like to see more shooting from him, considering he had 4 shots on goal. But I thought Petey was quite good in the way that he kept control of the puck last night. And I thought he did a good job with his game last night. So a couple of things that I liked were Hronek. I like Petey. I like the fact that the Canucks overall game was pretty good. I think they were the better team, truly. What I didn't like, well, let's start with the penalty kill. That was bad. Considering, we only killed off 1 of Boston's power plays. So we go 1 for 3 in our penalty kill. Didn't like that. Didn't actually like the start to the game. The start to the game, Boston had like 3 or 4 grade A chances. Then the Canucks settled down. It was great. They're all almost like breakaways though. So given how good Kevin Lankinen is in the shootout, no surprise that he stopped all of those good chances at the start of the game before the Canucks settled in. So I didn't like the start to the Canucks game. Didn't like their penalty kill. Kane was not good last night, hence his benching in the last 10 minutes unless he was hurt. I thought Bouillon had an uneven game as well. Sure, he got an assist and he was a +1, but he still makes some pretty risky passes and stuff. Again, 20 years old, still learning, but would love to see a bit more from him. Love to see more from Hoglander as well. I don't know if that injury setback is really, really got to him, but we'd love to see a bit more from him as well. But overall, I thought that the Canucks generally were fine. And that game easily could have gone either way. One other thing, I don't know if you guys hate the Bruins. So I don't hate the Bruins. Even when Marchand was on there, like he annoyed me, but I thought he was kind of funny. But now that he's gone, I like Pasternak, I like McAvoy. I know, but what's really interesting, so I don't hate the Bruins anymore, but you look at Lindholm and Zadorov. Lindholm was a bit more noticeable than Zadorov last night, but it's just another reminder of 2 seasons ago when we traded a lot to get those guys, and then we kind of knew that Lindholm wouldn't likely stay, but Zadorov was the one I thought we had a chance at keeping. Just, I don't live in the past. I don't go what if a lot, but I do, as I saw those 2 players, I wonder, I thought 2 things technically. I thought, what would this lineup look like if those 2 guys were somehow in it? Maybe good, maybe bad. And then in the bigger picture, I just thought how fun that playoff run was 2 seasons ago. And finally, what they said, yeah, Yrvin kind of referenced it. Philip Hronek, a very, very, not testy. He doesn't really give a lot when he does media availability. So it only went for 90 seconds. Some of Jake DeBrus's answers are 90 seconds long a piece, but Hronek went for 90 seconds. A lot of it was him pausing or staring directly at the reporter who asked the question. And even when they give him softies like complimenting him on his play, or especially the one about mentoring all the young defensemen, especially Zebuyam, he just says, yes, when they ask me something, I'll answer them. Like, that's not much of I love mentoring young players. I want to see them develop. We have got a great future here. It was, no, if they ask me a question, I will answer them. That's Philip Hronek's definition of mentoring. And then Adam Foote went for 7.5 minutes, maybe to make up for Hronek. Talked a lot about defensemen, talked a lot about Hronek's great play and not just how much of a leader he's become on and off the ice. He didn't say anything about his media interviews, but how well Hronek's been playing even before the trade, like I've said, but really stepped up. Talked about how young guys and just young defensemen and just a couple of days after his grab bag comments about the way he kind of puts D pairings together, which was kind of strange. He continued to talk about development of young D as well. And yeah, would love the power play to cash in once again to make their life a little bit easier, not even have to get to extra time. So nothing too riveting, but Adam Foote continues to face the music as the losses continue to pile up. Let me do my Mitchell sponsor read, and then I'll get to all of your comments and questions. Start off by thanking my primary sponsor, and that's, of course, Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsors. The first one is Gassy Jack Art, creator of the wonderful artwork that you see behind me. So support him at GassyJackArt.com. Also, shout out to Mulligan Golf Company. They're at mlgngolf.com for your golfing apparel and accessories. And then we have Vessi Footwear, tinyurl.com/VessiClay. Receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. Also, reminders of how you can get involved today. You can subscribe to the channel, you can like the video, you can get the donation train out of the station, gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message, and for listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. Also, a reminder of my shows this week. Well, I still have to map it out, but I do know that my next show will be tonight at 11 p.m. Like I said, easy to remember, 11 in the morning, 11 at night. And I'm looking at my fictional leaderboard right now, and Fangirl's up top with 300 points. And then everyone else has either 75 or 50. So Fangirl smoking everyone, as she's done a lot in these morning shows. Okay, I'm going to pop back to your comments and we'll go for about 10 or 15 more minutes. So we will start. Yeah. So talking about the Backstreet Boys concert, which I got to see last summer. I'm glad Justin went. Banger after banger, and the visual effects were stunning. The Sphere is such an accommodating, amazing venue. Rogers needs to up their game. Well, they're not going to up their games to sphere-like levels. But yeah, it is pretty crazy. Hey, Michael. Binner did get a shutout. Okay. Was that just last night? No. Hey, Bernd from Germany. I think the Canucks and the fancy stats played this out. I think they're the better team yesterday. I really do. They outshot. They had power play chances. So I wouldn't say deserve. You could argue they're the better team yesterday for sure. And it's evening time in Germany. Hronek is now 1 point behind PD, and they're all behind OEL, as someone pointed out to me. Michael did not like the fact that we lost. Same with Fangirl. Oh, they're tied for points now. Interesting that both NHL and PWHL had Vancouver versus Boston. Yes, the PWHL, the ladies won. The guys did not win. Lindholm's goal was great. I don't think you're being sarcastic, Bern. Are you saying that there's good skill there? Hronek really doesn't want to do the media. I guess that's his personality. I think Czechs are kind of known for not projecting their inner voices. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I feel like Hito's been pretty good. They like to keep to themselves, and that's fair enough. Indeed, indeed. Are all the Czechs that way? Yeah, even Jagger's Czech, right? Did he do a lot of interviews? I can't remember now. I'd say that most are like that. I bet Pasternak is like that for Boston if he's interviewed by the media. Hey, Adam, I'm not even thinking Canucks right now. So sad, dark times for now. Canucks need a domestic god and miracle. Whatever it takes. I didn't like that the Canucks couldn't beat the Bruins, and I still don't like them after they broke my heart in 2011. Yes, some people have not moved on, and that is totally fair, fangirl. Currently at the fitness center doing a bike workout with Clay's handsome face in front of me. New Year's resolution look as good as Clay does as I get older. You're already there, Justin, but thank you for the kind words, and good on you for doing some cardio this morning. That's awesome. I think at the moment, Boston aren't really our most hated rival. That goes to Edmonton. Yeah, that's interesting because I do think, I always say rivalries are based on playoff or some nasty incident. And thankfully, there haven't been any nasty incidents recently involving the Canucks. Yeah, so Edmonton is our most recent playoff rival. There was the whole bench thing with, you guys just know, I don't like Calgary. Seattle, there hasn't been enough bad blood. Yeah, I don't even know if we have a rival right now. Great point, Connor. New Year's resolution for the Canucks, something actually within their control. I said on Doodle Hockey's little New Year's compilation that drama-free and injury-free. Hey, C Edits, checking in from Nevada. Hope you're doing well. That you're having a great time. As a Canucks fan, a high draft pick is what the future of the team needs. The players will never stop. Yes. You mean the players will never stop from a standpoint of they're not going to tank? If that's the case, I agree with you. Competing and management, players will never stop competing, and management cannot prioritize playoffs for long-term wins. Exactly. And I don't even know, I've heard different numbers of what a home playoff date means, but yeah, is it worth it? I know some would say anything can happen, but is it worth it just to get swept by a team like Colorado in the first round? Tough to say. Give my boy 92 more ice time. Put him on the top line. Pretty please, not PD please. So, Connor, are you a big fan? I presume you're a big fan of Liam Ogren then. That's good. Michael still hates the Bruins stemming from 2011. That is fair. That is certainly your prerogative. All right, friends, what else we got? We have a little bit of a break in Canucks games, which is a small break as they embark on a 6-game road trip now. 6-game road trip, and then they come back to play those 8 games at home in 14 days. But for now, yeah, they got Buffalo on Tuesday, who lost to Columbus, snapping their 10-game winning streak. Then we have Detroit, Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, and Columbus. That is our next. So we got games on the 6th, the 8th, the 10th, then the 12th, then a back-to-back 12-13 Montreal, Ottawa, and then the 15th. So that's what our next 2 weeks look like. And then, like I said, we're home for 8 in a row every second night. Edmonton, Islanders, Capitals, Devils, Penguins, Sharks, Ducks, and the Maple Leafs. Well, he just likes the number 92. Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Ogren is basically wearing my number. if I played for the Canucks, I would use that number as it corresponds with my birth year. That's awesome. You know, another person who likes 92 is Lucas, because that means you, Connor, and Lucas are the same age. If the standings stay around the same, then a lot of teams should be buyers this trade deadline. Do you think the Canucks would trade a lot of players? They should, Garrett. This is the year they should, even though, not breaking news, Elliot Friedman reported that Canucks offered Sherwood a contract, which makes sense when you think about it. You just don't say, we're not even going to attempt to sign you. We'll see what happens between now and the trade deadline. You can still volley some offers back and forth, but not surprisingly, they are probably a little bit further apart. The gap is further apart. Thoughts on Scheifele not making Team Canada? I'm sure you have talked about it already. Yeah, Cietis, I haven't talked about Scheifele specifically. I was more focused on Bennett and Schaefer. I'm not sure what kind of year he's been having. I don't hear a lot about him. Well, you don't hear a lot about the Jets because they stink right now. So I am fine with it. You know, he's a good leader, but there's no shortage of leaderships on Team Canada. And I don't know what his separating skill is. So I'm okay with it. Yeah, Michael, I feel we should have won too, but that was so 15 years ago now. But I hear ya. 92 for the win, Landeskog. Yes, I'm sure there's some good 92s in the league for sure. All right, friends, last 3 to 5 minutes. Any last thoughts about these two losses? Canucks losing 4-3 to Seattle in the shootout on Friday. Canucks losing 3-2 to the Boston Bruins in overtime yesterday, 19 seconds away from the shootout, and where we would have won for sure. Guaranteed lock. And any other thoughts, given that Canucks don't play again until Sunday? Until Tuesday. Today's Sunday. And as I mentioned in yesterday's Clay AM, I'm not going to do these morning shows regularly during the week. I'm going to focus on the night shows, Sunday through Thursday. And then every weekend going forward, unless the Canucks play Friday, Saturday, which they did this past weekend, but that's very rare, I will do one of the 2 days, Saturday or Sunday, depending on my schedule, my work schedule. So I can already tell that next weekend with the Leafs game on Saturday, I will do a show Sunday morning. I don't stream Friday night, Saturday night, but I will do a show on Sunday morning. So every weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, I will do, I'll do one of the two nights, the 2 days. And it looks like for at least the next 2 weekends, it'll be Sunday morning shows, given that the Canucks play the Leafs on one Saturday and the Oilers the next Saturday. So that's the plan, is I will still do these morning shows for the morning people, but only one a week. I'll be on the weekend, post-game, plus recapping the week, and then previewing the upcoming week. All right, last few comments, and then I'll wrap it up. Hey, Japan 4, Winnipeg better not get the number one pick. The Canucks can't even beat the Jets with all healthy players back in the lineup. Out of 10 games, Canucks may win one as Canuck luck, only Canuck win only by fluke. Yeah, we do not match up well against the Jets. At least we're on the edge to win in the last games. Look at the Leafs and the Oilers, not stable, but Crosby in his 20th spring or so. Crosby's amazing. Thoughts on the rumors that Canucks have made an offer to extend Sherwood? Is this part of the hybrid retool plan, or do you think the extension is part of a sign and trade package to teams? It could be neither. It could be simply you don't just make no effort, because then that doesn't really help anyone. You can at least make a contract offer just to see where the other side stands. And in the unlikely event that he actually says, yes, I will accept this offer. So I don't think it's a big deal. I'm sure this was happening anyways. And it might just, confirm their suspicions that the gap is going to be too big. 2 losses were very winnable games. Also, can't we change the goalie if we're on the verge of going to shootout? I want Lanky. Yeah, but that's dangerous. They're bringing a goalie that's been sitting on the bench for the past 2.5 hours with no proper stretching or warm up. No, I wouldn't. It's too risky. I worry about extension being too costly for a 31st place team if it starts at $5 million. I agree. Am I going to do the show during the Olympics? I haven't decided. It could be Clay's Canada commentary. Still keep the CCC moniker. We'll see. I could use it as a bit of a break, or at least not be so regimented in my shows. But I'll figure that out by February for sure. This Canucks team is the worst team in franchise history. We have no business winning any game with this garbage lineup. Only way this changes if we get a top 3 pick. Tell me how you really feel, Japan. I hear what you're saying. And we changed the coach. Foot has messed up the line. Changes for too much now. Any plans to cover or summarize Team Canada during games during Olympics? It sounds like there would be an appetite for that. I'll see. I still got to figure out what my Olympic coverage can look like. Look at Winnipeg. If we're too good to tank, what's your excuse for Winnipeg? And have a good Sunday, Clay. Thank you, Connor. Thanks to everyone. All right, friends, I am going to wrap up here. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Brian Bliggy Choi, legendary Carol Bovelander, legendary Swervin Yrvin, and legendary Andrew Chang. Thank you for your support, and thanks to Hall of Fame franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On your way out, like the video, subscribe. You can leave a late donation. I appreciate all of your support. Thanks to Van City Experts Real Estate. Thanks to Gassy Jack Art. And thank you to Mulligan Golf Company for their support. And thanks to all of you for watching. Once again, I will see you tonight at 11 p.m. That is my next show. All right, friends, enjoy your Sunday. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Oh, Fangirl wins the leaderboard. No donations today, which is fine. Fangirl has 300. And then everyone else tied with 75 right behind her. Enjoy your Sunday. YouTube burn. See you tonight. You got it, J Kid. And Connor Foot. Foot is the tank master. He needs to stay for the rest of the season to get the top pick. And then they move to Malhotra. There we go. You're awesome. I'm awesome. I hope you have a great Sunday. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves. And take care of each other. By the way, do you know what would happen if a piano fell on you? Yes, what would happen if a piano fell on you? Well, you'd B flat. B flat. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.